lovely diorama to build.
My god. Did Sephiroth do this?
We got a map of the districts to do.
Goodness gracious, sign. Well, you had your fun. But anyway, going back to what you were saying about FNAF notes, I feel like I've done enough deep dives, but instead of using fandom, I always go to like TV tropes whenever I'm looking into a series and everything like that, I feel.
Oh god, yeah.
It's my writing brain, and also I feel like that's more fun to just get to see shared tropes among different media franchises and all of that, you know?
I suppose. The way it breaks things down for me is a bit like over analytic, you know.
Oh yeah, well, definitely it reaches a lot. But it's the same thing with any fandom wikis like that, or so, you know, it is still community created, so you're getting an experience. May not be the exact one that you want, but I just enjoy seeing, you know, parallels more than anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my... It's what scratches my itch. May not scratch yours, of course.
Oh, hey, Kaito.
The main thing is I want to know that, you know, if I'm looking something up, I want to know about the actual like lore and details.
Oh yeah, like, I'm not denying I'm still gonna look into like the actual story wikis. I'm just saying
I don't need to know that everything is a Chekhov's gun or, you know.
I'm sorry, the actual term for when it's layered upon layers of malaise is called Chekhov's firing squad.
Is that real?
Yes. It's just TV tropes thing. I'm just saying, like, you know, when they really hammer home through many flashbacks and everything that this Chekhov's gun was very obvious.
Chekhov's firing squad. I love that.
I mean, it's also just an internet term at this rate, too. But, I mean, what other better way to say, no, it wasn't a gun that they were giving to you in Chapter 1 and saying, this will be a tool that'll surprise us later. It straight up is a firing squad just announcing and saying, yes, you will die in turn 50 because of story-dictated reasons, and we're telling you this now. How many more fantasy final? How many Final Fantasy jobs are there, by the way, sweetie?
There are 5, so this is level 4, and then there's one more after this.
So let's say it
Where you
is
get to clean
12.
all of Midgar.
So after we do this, what's his face? After we do the Final Fantasy stuff, I think I'd want the college for my own stuff because I am tired.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to call it. Is after all of the jobs, and we're speaking through these pretty heftily with the 3 of us.
Mm-hmm. Now I will always say this, Ein. You saying cleaning all of Midgar immediately brings me to like a funny Twitter clip that I saw of just kind of a Twitter like conversation I saw of just people going, man, like people keep saying like, oh my god, I want college so much. Like, a man is just married to the job and only that. And then the immediate reply was, have you not played the remake and seen what half of his lines were? And it was like an 8-minute compilation of just Cloud going, yeah, where's my money? I want my money first. I need the money. I need a raise. it's just
Bro is dedicated. That is the kind of dedication that I strive for, honestly.
Yeah, where's my money, Ein?
In all fairness, it's the kind of dedication I associate with you. Yeah.
What do you mean, where's my money?
Kaito is currently saying in my chat, saying, guess what? What is it, Kaito? What's up?
You've thought of a new car. You've become one with the car. I'm trying to pre-guess for Kaito because he's a racing boy now.
Stuff, yeah.
Kaito is car boy.
Car boy.
Carboy.
That sounds like a horrible like Android name. Introducing Carbo. Now paired with your Amazon Alexas.
I made a car joke. It's a carburetor.
No, he's technically a car because remember, there's a meme going around where it's like that people are mispronouncing cat as car.
Would you let me crazy if I was a car?
No.
Oh, but you
What? You can't judge me like this.
You named a current car and you love that one. What about me?
I named Sophie because she's an integral family member, but you are your own thing, and I love you for the elf that you are, and not for if you would be a car. Do I need to post a Northern Lion clip here?
Oh my god, why is it?
Because NL is omnipresent, and he's probably like a good third of my day that I'm listening to.
His mother, yeah.
Guys, hear something outside?
There is a bit of.
That sounds like explosions.
Yeah, there's some stuff happening.
I'll be honest, it vaguely sounded like Soul's fan for when he's speaking in his room, so I was like, are you sure it isn't one of you guys?
I love how things are just sound like there's just chaos brewing outside the doors, and we're just like, huh, must be the AC. Alright.
I mean, brother, we are just hired to clean. It's kind of like the whole elevator versus stairs thing of like, look, half these people are office workers and aren't encounters. Let's just be on our way.
Yeah. Kaido says I got P3 in class, 8th place overall in the race earlier today at one of my worst tracks before penalties get applied. First podium of the season, boy.
Hey,
Good
congratulations,
shit, Kaido.
congratulations, Taito. Well enough for you, brother, well enough.
Man is moving up in them ranks.
Yeah, you're third place. I can count that high, for once.
Good job, Cruzy.
Yay! Reward me.
Well, Debbie.
I will pay a 1/8 of your my tab.
Okay, well, you
With
certainly
the
know how
reward
much your
money
tab
we're
is
getting
on
from
then,
this
right?
job.
How big is an eighth then? Can you tell me in numbers how big an eighth of your tab is?
$20.
$20? Oh, brother, no, that is not an eighth. That's nowhere near it at all. That's like a 200th.
Close enough.
Yeah, I'm the one that can't count, and yet you're saying that? Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
I'm saying close enough because that's all I'm gonna be paying.
Oh,
I've
my
got other
goodness.
things I need to buy with this money I'm gonna be getting.
You better pay me with
Like
good
what?
company tomorrow.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter Wilds.
I mean, man already pre-ordered it and everything like that. He's not. We're never gonna wrestle that pre-order money back from him. Let's just be honest here. You can pry the Monster Hunter Wilds demo from mine's cold hands. From mine's cold, dead hands.
Well, I'm glad that is it a free demo? Just
Yes.
saying, or is
It
it
is
for
a
free?
it's a free public beta test,
In that
which
case,
will be going live on the 27th or so.
I'll be happy to give it a go. Maybe it'll make me decide whether I actually want the game or not. I still want to play more Rise. Like, I've seen my housemate playing it again on hers, and I'm just like,
Well,
'Cause
not a lot of
it's-
people are foreign Rise in GaleForce now, so we honestly should. We can get Annie and Owie
well,
all the
I can
time
only-
back.
So the
Yeah.
the reason I suggest it is simply because I've had a very recent experience with Legend Arceus, where I basically said to myself, "Oh, like at the time I was saying it was terrible and I wasn't really into playing it and stuff." And then I basically discovered that turns out at the time I just guess I wasn't in the mood, because I played it again recently and I actually loved it. So maybe without the streaming and with being not in the mood, I might be pretty good with Monster Hunter. We'll see. I need to try it again, basically.
But see, there's only so
I
much
can
power
only
washing
play
that we
Rise
can
and,
do. I wouldn't mind an active game for us three to play, and Monster Hunter is exactly that.
Sure,
I can only play Rise in like short bursts, but I can see what I could do.
Come
I
on, you
assume-
can play
I
with
assume-
us. Don't you love
I-
playing with us, Ein?
I assume you're a Worlds man.
I am definitely a Monster Hunter World.
I think I got my first bout into it was Monster Hunter Now, the mobile game.
Yeah.
I was torn between Worlds and Rise, and I think I got Rise because I think at the time my housemate was playing it and a bunch of other GaleForce members, so I think that was the one that I ended up going for. But Worlds is the one I've heard many good things about, and also I just love the concept of Iceborne. Like, I love frozen shit, so It's definitely a big thing.
Kaido says, I need to buy a big fuck-off sword with some of the money from this power washing job. Yes, but only as a wall decoration.
Sure. I mean, you said that you'd be fine with me 3D printing out some stuff like weapons for you in the future, so I'm gonna hold you to that, of course.
Time for our final job. The Hairbuster.
Cool. But anyway, going back to that, like, no, as much as I am saying, yes, please play more games with us time, no, you already explained why Rise doesn't immediately hit the same beats with you, of course, but, you know, that's more reason for us to find more games, and of course, once again, maybe we did more OJ, because if, like, going back to the Mario Party conversation, I talked about it, but 100% orange juice is always there. And it has our character mods, too.
Yeah, we've got our old personal ones. They brought out some more plushies recently, so it is nice to see that it's still doing stuff. Maybe I can go back to trying 100% the game.
I mean, they also keep introducing new DLCs and everything like that too, so take it as you will for 100%ing, I say, in
yeah, it would be difficult, and I'd have to pay a lot of money to do so, because I would basically need every character and every DLC.
The DLC packs are like $2 for 2 characters each, but you know, you're better off waiting for a sale to then buy it all for like a regular price game then at that point.
Yeah.
But we shall see, and plus once again, 100% orange juice content is absolute peak for absolute salt, of course. We cannot deny that.
Honestly, at one point we had enough, like, of a player base in GaleForce. Like, we had like 12 people.
Yeah, we had like enough to like, yeah, it justified our role ping to be able to just ping and say, hey, well, OJ whenever.
It's the fact that I genuinely could have hosted a tournament, like, with, like, you know, have sort of 12 people in there, various rounds, and like have it a knockout format. Like, it was crazy, man. Like,
I think my favorite thing was how there was one fighting game tournament that was hosting 2v2 100% orange juice tournaments. Can't remember what it was, but I remember posting it out to the chit code and saying, yo, when are we doing, when are we running scrims?
let's close these, I think.
But I do think getting OJ nights or board game nights again. We could do board game nights again in tabletop, sweetie.
That's something. I have been missing Red Dragon Inn.
Yes, Red Dragon Inn. We did do Genshin Tarot again. Remember,
that was fun.
We played that a good while, and even though I haven't played Genshin forever,
well, to be honest, like Genshin Tarot was fun. I'm sure that they'll have an actual, because Genshin actually introduced Genius Invocation, their own board game, and honestly, I love Genius Invocation so much. So maybe there's a tabletop version, but it's one of those games like Hearthstone that's like meant for the sort of digital version of it. But it genuinely could work. Like, it's a very simple game.
Speaking of, rest in peace, Anna's Round Table, both physically and the digital version. It sucks to see it go, because I've had so much fun. I still have my physical copy, of course, but just sucks to see it, you know, have to disappear due to complaints against it. I say complaints, legal problems against it, which sucks! Fire Emblem fans can't win!
Was that a Fire Emblem game?
Yeah, Anna's Round Table was a Fire Emblem fan game made by Brother Min Games, who also made like a Persona fan game. He's also the one who made Genshin Tarot, etc., stuff like that or so. And TLDR, a rival board game or whatever, basically, so reported it up to Nintendo that this was a fan game. And
oh no,
basically got it delisted. The project basically was stopped. It had to be taken down from tabletop sim and everything like that. And that just sucks.
Yeah, damn it, Nintendo. I love you, but stop this.
The main thing was, like, you know, it had gotten to live as a project for like 3-4 years now, but only because another rival board gamer who, out of spite, just didn't like the guy. Apparently, I'm paraphrasing this. I don't know too much about it, or rather, I don't know the full details, or at least I didn't get to read all of it. I'll admit first and foremost, but yeah, basically there was beef between another guy and a board gamer. The creator Brother Maid, if I remember, to TLDR, it was along the lines of like another board gamer had asked for his help for like designing stuff, so he just gave his advice, and his only request was like, yeah, just put me in the credits as like special consultation or whatever, like thanks to if you can. Guy didn't, Ming felt a little snubbed. He was just kind of like, hey, I know that like a lot of this could have been built up. Do you think you can give me just a little bit of credit? Guy said no, and basically told him, screw off, I'm reporting your game, and then here we are now.
Well, I mean, that's kind of his own fault then.
I mean, I'm just paraphrasing once again, I don't know the full story, but either way, it just sucks. But the man is still proceeding on, and at the very least, for the Genshin side and whatever, Horrorverse is more than open to any and all fan projects. So Genshin Turo and his Honkai Star Rail stuff isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
My question is whether has he been updating with like more characters and stuff? Like,
he had been updating.
Because as far as like when we played it, there was Inazuma was the only one that was out, but like I absolutely.
Yeah, and including like for Inna's Roundtable too, he had made a second edition that was like balancing and everything and new artists and all. For example, I didn't get the second edition, I still only have the first edition, for example, there, but point still stands, so it's a dead project now, unfortunately, which sucks. Rather, like, I say dead project, but he did say himself that, like, it had a good run, it sold decently well enough, so he's happy with it. But it still just, does suck to see that, something that you've worked so much on just kind of go away.
Yeah.
Of course, also, Fire Emblem is my game series! Ah! We can't catch a break!
Kaido says, I need to actually play World more. Brother, I am almost constantly on that game, so if you ever wanna...
If Ein's not...
wanna do some fun.
I was about to say, if Ein's not in Sea of Thieves, or like, the once a month when I dragged him to VR to drink with me, which we never got a chance to do so.
That's the other thing as well. So, well, like Monster Hunter as a series is one of those games where, and I'm not saying this in any offense to you, Ian, it's one of those games where as soon as you mention the words, the top level players will be like, oh yeah, I'll come on with you, I'll play, and you feel so overwhelmed by the fact that you're like, just being completely sort of trounced by a high level player, for example, or you're okay, I'm trying to do this and learn the game, and meanwhile level 90 player can come in and trash it in 2 seconds flat, So I really, with games like that especially, I have to find my own footing before I can do anything, because otherwise I will just not play after like section 1, because I'll just feel like, okay, you guys are doing that, how do I do that? And then it's like, oh well, this is a late game weapon, etc. And I'm like, well, thanks.
And that is a very understandable criticism, especially so, because even though it is nice to like at least right from the community side, the sweet and broad for the Monster Hunter community to help the beginners or so, it doesn't help when, yeah, exactly as you say, Flanny, you are learning nothing from this. You're not getting anything but just, oh, you did it fast because you had better gear. I got to learn nothing about this monster, nor did I get to enjoy what is the thrill of the hunt. I want to go on this 30-40 minute expedition, because that's part of it. So,
genuinely, it's one of the rules, because I started playing Genshin kind of when it first came out, sort of 1.4 type era, and a rule I implemented very early is I am not going to ever watch another streamer play this, because I don't want to.
You don't want to dilute your own experience.
I don't want to dilute my own experience. I want to experience it all for myself, but I also don't want to see people who have, overbuilt their characters and they're getting like, 70k damage, and it's like, okay, now I feel inadequate. Like, there was a point where I was feeling like that, but I kind of feel pretty good about what I have at the minute. So yeah, I definitely now, like, having had that rule, I enjoy Genshin still to this day. So yeah, it's just kind of one of those games. I think I tried Dark Souls as well, and I was like, one of my friends is a complete and utter FromSoft nut. So it was like, oh yeah, we'll play co-op, and then, I mean, to be fair, he's not too bad about it, but like, yeah, we played co-op, and I struggle with games like that, because I don't have any patience, so games like, where you need to grind and you have to lose to win, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I hate that so much. I would rather just win and learn how to do so.
Yeah.
Like, I don't mind losing to a boss, like, you know,
But the thing is, like,
Terraria,
once
for
again,
example.
you're not getting the full, authentic, new player experience as it should be. Is the main point here.
But a game like Minecraft or Terraria, where you will fight a boss, you will die, and then you will respawn, fine. A game like Dark Souls, where you will fight a boss, die, and go back to the beginning of the level and have to do it all again, and with no sense of progress, sucks for me. Like,
Yeah.
I hate.
Understandable.
But yeah, hopefully Nonsense not like that, and I can actually sort of level up and upgrade my shit. And...
Real quick, Crimson says, I do think that's a more experienced person can help, but only if you're able to understand what's going on. Thinking back to the Rabbit and Steel Knights on this I played, because while I was down, I could watch you and Zoe doing the mechanics. And yeah, that's like one good way to help or so, but I'll use that that's a really good example to point out. For like Rabbit and Steel, it is multiplayer, but it is purely dedicated and based on the MMO element of being able to, exactly so, learn by doing, and you have to learn by doing with your friends on that end. Like for Monster Hunter, if you're not playing the same weapon class or so, especially, like I'll use one good example that I heard about this when playing Deadlock. Co-op, unless it's immediately a mechanic that demands it, unless it's like a team fight demands or so, a lot of what you're doing to help your teammates at times is just purely incidental. And for Monster Hunter to that end, yeah, unless you are specifically playing with the Hunting Horn to buff your friends or so, or have a build of wide range which lets you heal your allies with anything and everything like that or so, you're not really getting to interact the same way. It's not like it's integral to have to work together. You're just incidentally helping your team every now and then, you know? And that's the problem and disconnect that I feel with it, and what describes your experience too, sweetie, of like, yes, it doesn't help to have another it certainly does help to have another person, but it's very different when, for the game genre especially, from somebody helping to another person just doing everything that you can do but better, you know?
Yeah. This goddamn fuel tank. Oh, it's like right in the middle at the back.
Pray. But I do think I want to log off on this end because it is 1. I have some stuff to do in the morning. So after we do this.
I mean, we finished Final Fantasy. I literally just loaded up this bike because it is literally done in 2 minutes.
Well, I think it's taking us longer than 2 minutes if we can't find this fuel tank.
It took it took like 10 seconds to do 99%, and then the last one's been left in.
Give us the penny tricycle next.
Oh god, yeah.
Where is this fuel tank?
What the hell? Did we clean this too fast? Like, what has gone?
It's at 99.
Is it at the back here? Like, do I have to spray inside the thing? Like.
Oh, it's a bite. It's not like we're losing too much here.
Hang on. I might have it. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Give us a penny bite before we sign off, sweetie.
Penny farthing. Yeah, this should be easy. It's all rust, but we've got triple wash.
Yeah, just see how fast it goes for us.
I will stand back and watch.
I mean, it's not the biggest thing in the world here, but you're seeing it's just this.
Under the seat. Done. Still says 99% on my screen, but it's done.
Yep.
There you go.
Oh, there.
All it took was for me to spray it.
There you go. Alright. I am going to end off my stream on this note then at the very least. But thank y'all for joining me, of course.
Yeah.
It's wonderful to have you two, my lovely elves, with me. We still need a dynamic name.
We do. Well, I was thinking, so with Flanny and Ein together, kind of flying, so it sounds like flying. So we could have like flying something, and then like flying cruise, and then it's done.
Flying cruise ship.
Flying star. That sounds cute. Like, but yeah, we can still workshop.
Flying Star? It still plays
I
on
mean-
Celestial. Do we need to have the name flying? Because I do have YouTube, but then I'm Star. I think we should do something better than that.
Flying
Shooting
pin badges
stars.
that everyone
Because
remembers.
we will be shooting stars.
I thought you didn't want to be stars.
I didn't say that. My
thought that's what
ocean
you
might
just said.
sparkles.
Yeah, I thought that's what you just said. Like that you, because that's what that was your issue with Flying Star. That like we were there and then you were just Star.
I mean, but flying is flying. Oh, whatever. It's 1 a.m. I'm not gonna. We can talk about this later. Anyway, it's been your wonderful Wind Mage, your cruise ship servant, Chartreuse Proxy, ever and always at your service now. Whether it be morning, afternoon, evening, or night, at least from my side of the world, have a wonderful night now, everybody. Do you two want to say your outros at all?
Yeah,
well,
I should probably wrap mine up.
I didn't expect you to like and just leave it in the silence. I thought you were gonna like just give us a sign off. Anyway,
Go ahead.
yes. So yeah, thank you everyone for such a good night. Of course, have a absolutely blessed day or night depending on where you are, and yeah, see you later. Bye.
And as usual, this has been your mercenary, your death and the bearer, the 13th Tarot. Talk is cheap, my services aren't. So put your money where your mouth is, and let's talk business. Until next mission.